Hi everyone, it's Jennifer Miller from the Producing class, and this is the Movie Magic Budgeting tutorial video. Today we'll be looking at a review of the Movie Magic interface, just in case anyone needs a refresher. The first step to getting started is to go ahead and open up your class template in Movie Magic Budgeting 7. Now if you have any questions or any issues with trying to get your application open, you can always contact FSO Support for tech help. You may notice that the top category section in your budget template looks a little bit different than the one in this tutorial video. Well, that's because we very recently updated the budget template for use in your class, and we made some adjustments like renaming the story and rights line item to be called creative design, which includes story and rights. And then we also added line item 1400 for office expenses in your new template. That won't affect you in terms of being able to follow along with today's tutorial. By default, your budget will open to the top sheet layer. There are several different categories to look at here. All the way on the left, you have your account numbers. These are pre-numbered for you, but you'll see they start out at 1,000 and move up from there. You have your category descriptions, page numbers, if applicable, and your totals. All the way at the bottom of the page, you have your grand total for the top sheet in green. Now the three most common buttons you'll be using are the T, A, and D buttons at the top of your page. These are shortcuts for the top sheet, accounts layer, and details layer. If you recall, you can navigate through these layers in two different ways. First, you can use the global navigation tool to use the down arrow to move down to the accounts layer. And then if we want to move down again, we'll go to the details layer. You may also recall that the detail layer is the layer you'll actually be typing and editing in. So this is where you're going to input all the information that you need to. If I want to go back to the top sheet, I can use the up arrow or click on the T for a shortcut. Now you may be panicking a little looking at all of these different category descriptions. Anything that you do not wish to use or don't need to use, you can leave at 0. So let's do a recap of the information you'll be entering into the detail layer. I'm going to use the extras or other talent category to work in. So first I'm going to navigate down through my account layer and go to my background extras, and then I'll move down again to my detail layer. Description is the item, thing, or job title that you are going to be paying out for. So in this case, I've added the text extras. You want to type in as much information as you possibly can for your description line. Now we move over to amount. The amount is the quantity of units which we'll be adding in the next column over to the right. For example, if the extras are going to be working for a total of 3 days, the amount would be 3. Units is the time measurement. For example, in Movie Magic, the units section can represent hours, days, weeks, or months. And they already have shortcuts built in. So if I want to say days, I'll put a D for days, hit return, and it'll add my days information in here. Moving on to the X column, this is your multiply by column. This number will represent the quantity of items or individuals that you would like to rent. So for example, I need 5 extras for my production, so I type in the number 5. If you only are going to multiply this by 1, you'll keep it at 1, which is the default. And then the rate. My daily rate to pay an extra, let's say it's $25. I'm pretty cheap. So now if I click anywhere else, it's going to add up my sub T, which is my subtotal. So my subtotal to pay out my extras at the rate of $25 a day for a period of 3 days and for 5 extra talent my total comes to $375. So now if we go back to our main top sheet, you can see that our updated costs for our extras have now been calculated in and are showing up in our grand total. This concludes the Part 1 Movie Magic Budgeting 7 tutorial video. If you have any questions or concerns, please don't hesitate to reach out to your instructor.